week after week, month after month, you've been asking and we've been listening. Because in the Forza franchise, we're listening. And in the Forza franchise, we deliver. That's right, it's back! They're back!
Toyota is officially back! I cannot believe it! Right at the end of the Forza Horizon 4 stream, Playground Games confirmed that Toyota is coming back to Forza Horizon 4. So welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. It is another month, which means we've got a brand new Forza Horizon monthly update to go in and talk about, and today is a very big one. There are obviously all of the usual cars that we usually get, which includes some very, very cool ones. We'll get into those in a little bit. We also have a tease at a brand new game mode coming to Forza Horizon 4, and yes, Toyota is coming back. So I guess let's start it off with just that, and this stream was a little bit of an interesting one, to say the least.
Which means intense emotion.
Are you okay?
Which is what's creating all these feelings, and Tommy, all these deals.
Yeah, don't ask me about that, but it was a little strange. Anyways, right at the end of this stream, they did this really strange thing where they just walked outside, sort of teasing that something big was coming. They step outside, there is a car under covers, they take it off, and it is none other than the old classic Toyota Supra. So, Toyota in Forza Horizon 4. Here is what we know, and here is what we don't know. Toyota is confirmed as coming back to Forza Horizon 4 on December 12th. We don't know yet what cars are going to be included just yet, but I would imagine if you want to have a little hint as to what's coming, go take a look at Forza Horizon 3. Obviously, it's not confirmed or anything just yet, but as Forza has those models in their game already, they could very easily just copy-paste them over from Horizon 3 into Horizon 4. Another thing that we know, though, is that Lexus is also coming back. Lexus LFA, thank you, my favorite V10 in the whole world. Welcome back. That also means we probably get the Lexus RCF from Forza Horizon 3 with the big old wide body. Again, none of the cars are confirmed just yet, but take a look at the old Forza games and you could probably get an idea of what's coming in the future. Anyways, I know there's gonna be a lot of people asking about the new Supra especially, and like I said, I don't know if it's coming, but I would imagine there is some deal with Gran Turismo for that car right now, so honestly, I don't expect it to be in the game. I will cross fingers and hope, and if we do get it, I would hope to see some wide body kits for the thing, because that's sort of what the Supras are about. But anyways, all this to say, Toyota, you are no longer my least favorite car manufacturer. You are back in the good books. Anyways, if you want to be the first to see Toyota in Forza Horizon 4, make sure you subscribe, because when it comes out next month, I will be posting videos on all of the cars included here on the channel first, so make sure you're subscribed. And of course, if any news changes between now and then, I will update you guys on that as well. Anyways, let's jump in and talk about the other 4 cars that are coming this month, and let's start it off with the big one, the Ferrari 488 Pista. Now, unfortunately, the way you unlock this thing is by doing the Summer Trials event, which is kind of unfortunate because I know it's a tough one for a bunch of people to do, but of course, if you need help with that, we will be helping people in our Discord server, so if you haven't joined that yet, there is a link down below. It's a great way to find people to race with, have a team, gather your cars together, to have the best chance at unlocking that car. So if you want to join our Discord, there is a link down below. Anyways, the 488 is obviously one of the most requested cars in the Forza franchise, so I am super excited that it is coming to Forza Horizon 4. For those of you who don't know, it's essentially a tuned up Ferrari 488 with some fancy aero-y bits, a little bit beefed up horsepower, and all-round super cool car. I would imagine for this thing, we will see some crazy engine swaps. Imagine some old Ferrari stuff will be able to get tossed into the thing. Anyways, let's move it on to the autumn in Forza Horizon 4, where we've got this Ferrari 512S. For those of you who may have seen the new Ford versus Ferrari movie, that old Ferrari in that film was replaced by this thing, the Ferrari 512. It's an old classic race car, gonna be super sticky. The thing with these classic race cars is they are sometimes mind-blowingly quick in the game, so we'll have to see about this one. I would imagine we're not going to be able to mess around with this thing too much, but we'll have to see when it comes out. And then let's move it on to the winter, where we get this thing that I will be honest, I have never heard before. The ATS GT. Way back in the 60s, as the story goes, there were some people who worked for the Ferrari F1 team and weren't super happy with the direction that the team was going. So they left and they made their own company, this ATS. Back in the 60s, they produced 12 of these old cars called the ATS GT, and well, that car is back now, where they are making 12 more of this, like, supercar modern version. It's kind of cool. Like I said, I have no idea anything about this thing. Before today, you could have said ATS to me, and I would have been like, American Truck Simulator? Anyways, although it's kind of like an Italian supercar, underneath it's actually a British supercar. It's actually a 570S from McLaren underneath to actually power the thing, which is cool. So, I mean, it should break down just as much as the Ferraris do. Awesome. Finally, we are gonna wrap it up in spring with one of my personal favorites. You guys know I'm a Lambo boy at heart, and we've got the Diablo GTR. The Lamborghini Diablo by itself is already an incredible car, but the GTR version is basically the Diablo on steroids. It's already a mind-blowingly quick car and super difficult car to drive, so this thing basically takes it to 11, and I would imagine is gonna have some crazy big engine swaps available for this thing. I'm looking at you, more V12s. Anyways, although we get some really cool cars, and I like the diversity with the old race cars, the new modern stuff as well, awesome. The only kind of downside is I doubt we will get any sort of idea of customization with any of these cars. At the end of the day, Ferrari's Ferrari. If they allow us to put a rear wing on it, good for them. ATS, I can't imagine there's much stuff there, and same goes for the Diablo GTR. Anyways, that's not all we're getting in this month's update. We also have some updates coming to the game which actually impact what you can kind of do. And that's where things get a little bit interesting. I spoke about it last month. The Tractor and the Bone Shaker are officially banned from online racing. So that's good. In one hand, you actually have to be creative and choose something that isn't super OP to race around in. However, on the other hand, they were kind of fun to mess around with every now and again, but I totally understand. Basically, long story short, you won't be able to use them in your online adventures, either ranked or unranked, or monthly rivals events, which obviously makes complete sense. They were super fast, super unfair, so yeah, it makes sense. It sucks, but I get it. And then we get to the interesting thing. The Black Friday deals in Forza Horizon 4. On November 28th, which is Black Friday, Forza is going to be putting 16 cars through the Forzathon shop for ridiculously low prices. They've already showed off some of them, like the Apollo IE, for 100 Forzathon points, which is kind of insane. However, it does get a little bit crazier when you find out that there are going to be pre-order cars in the Forzathon shop. We don't know which ones yet. However, there are still a couple that we have never got to play with yet. I'm looking at you, Ford Focus RS with the messed up fitment. I want that thing in my garage. And last and finally, we also got this really strange tease at an upcoming new game mode, I think. While they were just driving around, they drive past this box van that says Eliminator on the side of it, and I have no idea what that means. They didn't mention any details about it, nothing at all, so these are gonna be my thoughts for it. I would imagine it's gonna be an elimination style game mode. If you've played Forza way back in the day, you might remember that we had some eliminator races where basically as you're racing around, the number of laps is the number of people in the race, and after each lap, the person in last gets eliminated. I don't know if that's right, but we'll have to see. However, I think probably just about all of us are gonna be most excited about that Toyota announcement. Like, it is seriously so cool. I didn't expect it at all. I can imagine Forza walking into the Toyota offices just like, hello, let's go. Like I said, any more information will be coming very soon. Make sure you subscribe if you want to hear it first, and I will keep you guys updated with everything that you need to know about Forza Horizon 4. I'll see you guys soon with some more. And all 4 of those new cars coming to the game, like I was saying. See you guys then. Bye!